one second, because I am not still just getting used to this whole setup here. So thank you for being patient with me through this learning process that I'm experiencing right now. There is a lot to learn here as I just continue to develop my skills and learn to improve my presentation and how I can better reach everybody. So I've got 2 cameras going on here. Hopefully this isn't going to be too distracting for you and it's going to work out okay. Yeah, this is exciting. All new great things here. So thank you so much for joining me today. I super appreciate it. Always happy to have you. We are going to be talking about how your habits affect you. Before we get into that, first, I'm Georgia Davis. I'm coming to you live from beautiful northern Utah, where the weather doesn't know what it wants to be. Sometimes it wants to be spring, sometimes it wants to be summer, sometimes it wants to be winter. Over the last 2 weeks, we have been in the 80s, freezing and freeze warnings, snow, rain. We've had all 4 seasons in the last couple of weeks, so really exciting. Okay, so if you are joining me live, I would love it for you to drop in the comments below what habit you feel like has the greatest impact on you and how does it have that impact on you. So how does what you're doing, eating, etc. make you feel? This is something that I really want to draw your attention to and make sure that you are consciously thinking about as you are going through your day. We're going to talk about 3 different points today that are going to reiterate this specific thing. So your daily habits shape your life. That's the first one we're going to get into. The second one, everything you do influences how you feel and function. And number 3, awareness leads to change. So there's a lot of great information packed into what we're going to be talking about today. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here with me, and hopefully I'll be able to get this figured out so that I can start being a little bit more timely again with these great sessions. So all right, your daily habits shape your life. Let's talk about that first, because what you're doing every day is going to make a big impact. Now, we all have stress in our lives. That's not something that we can avoid, right? Like no matter what we do, we're always going to have stress in our lives one way or another. So what I want you to focus on with this one is just think about the things in your daily life that bring you the most joy. And there's got to be something out there. And if there's not something out there, how can you start identifying this moving forward? Your daily habits shape your life. What are the habits that you have every single day that positively or negatively impact you? And it's really interesting. As I prepare these, I never really know what's going to be happening at the time that I present them to you on these Tuesday mornings. Like I just don't ever know what the outcome is going to be. But it seems like as I prepare for these, I have been impacted the most by the messages. So as you're thinking about these, think about the things that you want to change, but also the things that you want to keep in your life. Because not all bad habits that we have are bad, and not all habits that we have are good. So what is feeding you the good things in your life? What does that look like for you? And how can you continue to perpetuate those good things? Your small actions add up over time for the better or the worse. So as you're looking at these things, can you identify areas that you've taken small steps that have gotten you closer to where you want to be, and small steps that have taken you farther away? Now, when we're looking at this, both are possible. So don't cancel this out too soon. But really be thinking about what you're doing that is shaping your life. One of the things that has shaped my life the most over the last year is learning about high ticket sales, learning about how to interact with people and what I am personally capable of, because we often don't even realize how capable we are until we overcome something. You don't really recognize the value of something until, or of a challenge, until you've overcome the challenge. You don't get the reward until you've worked through the thing that's been really hard for you to work through. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So really think about your daily habits. What time are you getting up? What are you doing when you first get up? What are your routines, as another way to talk about this. All right, number 2, everything you do influences how you feel and function. So what you eat, what you drink, what you eat, what you drink, what you think about, your relationships, the time that you spend on various different activities. How are all of these things influencing and impacting you throughout your day? Think about the next meal that you have. Think about how your body feels about 30 minutes to an hour later. Does it feel better? Does it feel worse? Where are you at? When you get done talking to somebody, how do you feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel heavy? Did they weigh you down? Or do you feel like you were made lighter? And how are you influencing somebody else in the same way? Are you adding a weight to their shoulders? Are you making it lighter? What are you doing that's impacting you? Here are a few things to think about. Did you know that what you eat impacts your mood? If you have foods that are less nutrient dense, they can negatively impact you. And we don't even realize it, right? We don't even realize it sometimes ever. What we eat impacts our energy. What you think affects your mindset. And as somebody that has focused on mindset a lot for the last 20 to 30 years, what you're thinking and what you allow to come into your mind is going to have a huge positive or negative impact on you, whether you want it to or not. How you act affects your relationships and your outcomes. I'm sorry. I've been working in the yard and I have apparently a lot of allergies. So I apologize for continuing to rub at my nose. How you act affects your relationships. Whether you bring a heavy or a light mood, or, how you respond to your partner's challenges or difficulties, what you choose to do, all of those things affect what's going on around you and how you choose to behave and act. And what are you doing to lift and bring positive energy into the spaces that you're in? And we always have control over this. It's not always easy. Sometimes it's actually really hard. But what you're bringing to the table makes a difference. So these are just little things for you to be aware of. This is something that I work one-on-one with people on a lot. Start noticing your habits. Start being more aware of yourself and how people are responding to you. How people respond to you can give you a lot of clues to what's going on inside of you, really. And this is something that I've learned so powerfully through sales, is that how I am feeling inside, consciously or not, impacts how people respond to me when I'm on the phone talking to them. So make sure that you're very aware of what's going on with that. Ask yourself, is this helping me or hurting me? Is this holding me back or getting me closer to my goals? And then what action can you take to either offset that or change what you're doing? This is such deep emotional and mental work. But if you really start with being aware of your habits, and then once you're aware of your habits, be aware of what you're putting into your body. What food are you putting into your body? And what thoughts are you putting into your body? Just start with awareness. That's your first piece of homework. Simply start with awareness. And then once you've become aware, start looking at your habits. What are your habits doing and how are they affecting you? And then start thinking about the food that you're putting into your body. How is this food positively or negatively affecting me? And that is where you're going to start, because you really, if you try to buy all of this off all at once, you're not going to be able to take it on, right? So you have to be really real with yourself, and being real with yourself can be really hard. It's probably one of the hardest things. It's so easy to be real to someone else about what's going on with them, right? It's way easier to identify something going on with somebody else than what's going on within yourself. So give yourself grace and patience as you work through this. So if any of this is resonating with you and you're realizing that you might feel a little bit stuck or uncertain, this is a great time to reach out. If you're not clear what your next steps are, if you're feeling like, you just need a little bit of help to get you from here to there, I want to invite you to one of my Clarity in You sessions. Now, these are 60 to 90-minute sessions. Sometimes they go a little bit longer, but these are really about identifying some key things in you. It's going to be a focused, supportive space where we get really clear on what actually matters right now to you, identify what's holding you back, and map out where you want to be. We're going to create this plan together. And then we're going to build a personalized 90-day plan to get you moving and going forward. Small habits really create big life changes. So the smallest steps that you take forward are really going to have a huge impact, even though they don't feel like they're going very far right now. They're really shaping your life in a way that either, like I said, is pulling you closer to your goals or pulling you farther away. So if you're interested in a Clarity in You session, go ahead and drop clarity below, and we'll definitely set up a time to meet. I'm excited to meet with you and see if we can help give you a little bit more direction. Okay, so your homework assignments are very simple. Start being aware of how the things and spaces around you are impacting you. Start with that. Then decide how your food is impacting you and what you're eating, what you're putting into your body. This is going to speak volumes for how you feel, how rested you feel, how you respond, your ability to regulate your emotions and identify what you're feeling and going through. And then just continue with awareness. Be aware of how everything is affecting you and how it influences you. All right, we're going to go into our breathing exercise. We're going to take 3 deep breaths today. I'm going to let you choose the rhythm at which you would like to breathe. As you're breathing, I want you to focus on self-love. Self-love and acceptance, because this is really going to change everything for you. And I believe it's going to have a positive influence on you if you can really focus on breathing in self-love and breathing that out into your life and into your space. Okay, here we go. 3 deep breaths. Totally up to you how you want to do that. Let's go. Thank you so much for joining me. Wow, that was powerful breathing. However you chose to breathe today, whether it was inhale, hold, and exhale for 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever it was. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be here next week, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we are going to be focusing on being intentional. I'm excited to share that with you and see how much this session today is going to impact you. I would love to hear your comments below. Go ahead and drop me some comments on how you benefited from today's session, and we'll see you next Tuesday, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.